Hi, my name is Cesar Cole, and I want to show you guys a couple of ideas for improving the Booking.com mobile app. I'd love to hear what you think about them. When we look at the search results, we can see some of the information from each hotel, but not all. This is obviously a good idea, because we don't want to bother users with information that they don't need at that moment. Now, I believe we could go a step further in that direction, but before I get into it, I would like to make a quick detour and talk a little bit about a seemingly unrelated different app, Tinder. It used to be that dating apps included lots of information in their search results. Then these guys came along and said, nope, we're only going to show only the two most important pieces of information, age and photo. And people liked it. Now, I'm not suggesting that we completely copy Tinder's strategy, but I think there's a lesson to be learned here. You see, while it is possible to filter hotels by price, ranking, or location, you just can't say to the app, hey, show me only beautiful hotels. Users have to manually decide which hotels they consider beautiful. So the UI must help users with this process. To be fair, the current app does include a small picture of every hotel, and that helps. But what if the photos were the centerpiece of the screen? Users have now a better first impression of the hotel. After a couple seconds of being idle, the images start to cycle, but all the important information remains in place. You'll notice that I've removed some of the data that was previously displayed. For example, the current app shows a description of the grade. Now, I conducted a tiny poll with the people around me and asked them, which is higher, excellent or wonderful? 5 voted for wonderful and 2 for excellent. So I'm not sure that the value that these labels bring is worth the screen space they take up. The amount of reviews is displayed so users can calculate whether the grade is relevant or not. After all, a grade based on only one review is not really useful. However, why are we making the user do this calculation? I think we could do a little bit of user research, find out what is the minimum amount of reviews people need to consider a grade relevant, and simply hide a grade when there's not enough information. Because I guarantee you that there will be people that will not look at the review count, book a 9.9 hotel, and then get really disappointed when their experience turns out to be a 5, just because the only review was made by the owner's wife. I also removed the last booked label. I might be a little bit biased here, because I wouldn't use this information for myself as a first level filter. But obviously you guys know the market better, so it's quite possible that it needs to stay. And finally, I thought that this special promotion banner is a really good idea. I just removed it from the scope of this proposal to make sure I finished the video on time. Okay, back to the proposal. To see the next hotel, users simply tap the next button. They can also navigate by swiping. This way, their experience becomes an uninterrupted flow of photos. When they tap on an image that they like, they are taken to the hotel screen. Now, let me go back to the like button here. Currently, the app allows users to create and manage their own list of hotels, but I think that we could make this feature easier to use. This is what I mean. Creating each list takes 1 tap, plus typing the name, let's say 8 letters on average, plus a final tap for saving the list. That's 10 taps per list. For every hotel you add to the list, it takes 1, 2, and 3 taps. Let's say I want to plan a trip through 5 different cities. And for each city, I review an average of, let's say, 3 hotels. That adds up to a total of 50 taps for the lists and 45 taps for the hotels, so 95 taps in total. Let's see if we can bring that figure down. What if whenever the user taps on the heart button, the app ensures that there's a list with the name of the city and adds the hotel to it? That would mean only 1 tap per hotel, so just 15 taps total instead of 95. That's a huge reduction, but I think there's a much greater benefit here. Since the current process is manual, we know that there will be manual errors. Some users will add a hotel to the wrong list, which could in turn lead them to book 2 hotels at the same city and none at the next. That's the kind of error we really want to avoid. And lastly, notice that I've removed the sort and filter buttons from the main screen and sent them into the menu. This is a point I might be wrong about, but here's how I see it. I like it when visible buttons have a high chance of being tapped. Here, the back, next, and heart buttons are going to be constantly tapped. However, setting the filter in order is usually something that you do only once at the start of your search. After that, those buttons becomes what I call lazy buttons. They're taking up real estate and they're not contributing any value. With this, I end my presentation. It is of course just a very tiny sample, and these ideas are by no means final. I'm sure you must be thinking right about now on ways on how to make them better, so I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching.